What's up, everybody? It's Nick, aka the Crypto Teen here. First off, I want to say I really appreciate you clicking on my video. If you could drop a thumbs up, it would mean the world to me. And yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to make these weekly watch list videos for you guys, and just things that you day traders, swing traders, long-term investors just keep your eye out on every week in the market. And let me get right into it. So first off, I want to give you guys a rundown of course, the S&P 500. It should always be treated as your baseline for the market. The QQQ and the S&P 500 are gonna be your baselines. And I repeat, as a day trader, I am watching the S&P in and out, helping me, giving me more confluence for bullish or bearish outlooks into certain stocks that I'm looking at. But as you can see, the S&P on the daily chart has clearly been a monster since our COVID crash of 2020, constantly pushing all-time highs. All these dips in the S&P are clearly just bought up, and are good advantages and good opportunities to make money in the trading futures, trading the S&P, trading the QQQ. Clearly, the market's been in a crazy bull run. Now, going into the week of September 7th, coming off Labor Day, I do want to point out that the S&P does look like it could show an early pullback into the beginning of the week on Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think it'll last into Thursday, but you never know. So keep an eye out for an early week pullback on the S&P. Now, let me get into some individual stocks that I want you guys to keep your eye out on. First off is the powerhouse of Amazon. Always been a fan of Amazon. We've been buying shares since the early be under $2,000, but Amazon is a great company, and I'm still a buyer here at 3,500. Under 4,000, I'm still a buyer, but want to show you guys my analysis. So we're here looking at the daily chart of Amazon. They had that huge gap down from 35 to almost 3,300, 200 point drop for Amazon after earnings. And they did continue to the downside, touching all the way as low as 3,100. Now, as a bull of Amazon, I knew that this stock would come back hard. So, as you can see, this last previous weeks, Amazon has found a reversal point, has just been on a crazy monster tear. They've had some good news of partnerships with Affirm, which also gave Affirm a crazy boost up. But the reason I like Amazon going into this week, and if we do get that early week pullback, I will personally be trying to take opportunity of it. You can see here we're having a retest of this previous breakout. So it's come down, retested here, and if we do pull back early in the week, we can even come as far and retest 3,400 again, and that can be a beautiful opportunity if you're long Amazon. And I do believe Amazon has a huge gap to fill back up to 3,600, and eventually my Amazon price target is 5,000. Very bullish outlook on Amazon, so keep your eye out on it. If you're a day trader, those contracts can be very expensive, but it is very worth it on Amazon if you have the right setup. And Amazon, to me, is an A+ setup. So keeping my eye out of a break of this trend line or a continuation and a bounce here. That's one of my stocks that I'm watching. Now, here's a little bit of a Bitcoin play. You may have not heard of this yet, but this is HUT, ticker symbol HUT, 8 Mining. This is a Bitcoin play. They are a Bitcoin mining company. As many of you guys already know, if you're familiar with the recent Bitcoin stocks, Mara, Riot, Coinbase, some great Bitcoin stocks that you guys should watch. Now, Bitcoin, of course, is currently pushing 50,000 as of Sunday. And when Bitcoin is above 50,000, these stocks continue to run. HUT has been on a crazy tear, pushing all-time highs of $13, and I want you guys to keep your eye out on when Bitcoin does do bad, this stock will pull back with it. Now, I say this is a little bit of a lottery play because you're very reliant on Bitcoin, but keep your eye out on HUT Mining. I think it's pretty undervalued here at $10 compared to the other Bitcoin stocks like Mara and Riot. Next stock I want you guys to keep your eye out on is Nvidia and AMD. So these are two of the chip makers. Both of them I am very, very bullish on. I'm a shareholder of both, but Nvidia is my preference. As you can see on the daily chart and on the 4-hour, Nvidia was very, very flat all last week. Very, very flat, trading in this little triangle, not breaking any of my support levels, but right there on Friday, finally just broke out, hitting 229, and I completely do think Nvidia is going to go back to 250. I've been a shareholder of Nvidia since before the stock split, and just very, very bullish on Nvidia. Very, very strong stock, very profitable company, and you know that their chips sell out like they sell out like crazy, and they resell for thousands and thousands of dollars. So very, very bullish on Nvidia. AMD has been a little bit of a lagger. They actually broke out of this descending wedge, and they're just retesting the breakout, kind of flat. They are gonna be pushing all-time highs soon, I believe, but if you can snag some AMD at near 100, near 105, I'm a buyer at those levels. I love AMD to the long side. When Nvidia and AMD are running, sometimes they run together, so keep an eye on both of those. Now, another thing I want you guys to look at is the EV sector. NIO and Tesla. My preferred of the two is, of course, Tesla. Tesla's a stronger stock. Tesla's been up in an uptrend for a couple of days now, and has been testing this previous support of 740 and unable to break this 740 support. So they did have a nice close on Friday. You can see that on Friday they had a very, very, very ugly day before rebounding very hard. Stock opened up around 730, 733, hit a low of 725, I believe, before having some Cathy Wood pump. She raised her price target to Tesla to I believe it's $3,000, she said. But Tesla next week is showing some very, very bullish confluence. Has been holding these support levels of 725 like butter. Didn't break my other trend line here. So I'm liking Tesla into next week. Tesla could be easily pushing 750 into next week. Take off some of the lines. And it's got a nice setup. You know, it's bounced off this 200 exponential moving average. Bounced off this 50 EMA. Could be trying to bounce off the 21 now. So eyes are always on Tesla. But for NIO, on the other hand, China stocks have been kind of weird lately with all the FUD going around in China. And just keep your eye out on NIO for above this 40 level. I love NIO as a long-term company. If you're looking to grab shares, $40 is not a bad price. If in the long run, you know, you plan on holding NIO 2 to 5 years, is buying NIO at 40 and instead of buying it at 38 going to really be a difference in the long run? I wouldn't say so. So NIO here is also a good level. I would love to watch NIO above 40. And for my day traders, you can see NIO had a very, very nice inverse head and shoulders here on the 4-hour. Left shoulder, bottom, right shoulder, or you can consider it kind of a cup and handle. Made a little cup, is currently breaking out of the handle. If we do see that early week pullback, you could watch for a retracement of NIO here touching 39.50 and go long to the upside. Just some kind of ideas that you can have on NIO. Very bullish stock. I do believe that they are going to expand into Europe and into USA eventually. So I have a very bullish outlook on NIO as well. Price target of 100 plus, and I've been a shareholder for a long time now. Another stock I want you guys to look at is Disney. So Disney has been stuck in a very, very awful range. This little 170 to 180 range has been horrible for Disney. They had that little earnings report pop before steeply falling right back into that range. Very, very annoying, but I did notice that on the daily chart, they're kind of starting to break above this wedge here. So I did play them to the long side last week, and I'm still long Disney. Great company, great long-term outlook on Disney. Shares are just fine of Disney, but as a day trader, I'm thinking Disney is just retesting this breakout before making another move higher. So, look to Disney to the long side. It could easily, though, fall back into this 175 range and come retrace this 200 exponential moving average. But the RSI is a little bit oversold here. As you guys don't know what the RSI indicator is, indicates when stocks are oversold and overbought. Very useful tool that I try to always use to my advantage. And yeah, so keep an eye out on Disney this week. I'm a shareholder of Disney here at the 180 levels, but it's in my long-term portfolio. But I'm also making short-term plays on Disney. So keep an eye on that. I do believe they just had some very, very bullish news on their streaming services. But watch out for Disney. And want to give you guys a little bit of a lottery, and it is PaySafe Limited. So PaySafe is a company that I have personally been with since before their merger was announced. They are a SPAC, and the SPAC ran by Bill Foley. He's got a great track record in making companies successful. PaySafe is a good company, you know. They are getting beat down with the SPACs, and I've done my due diligence on PaySafe, and I'm still a buyer here at this $9 range. I would love to see them come above this and fall back into this little wedge. But long term, PaySafe under $10. When I have a $20, $30 price target on PaySafe, I'm still a buyer here. They are a very fairly new company on the market, so this is a little bit of a lottery play, but watch them over $10. And they do have to have more better earnings reports. But if you like the video, this is pretty much it. This is my analysis of the week. Just some things to keep your eye on. Just a couple stocks to watch. Watch those blue chips. Watch Microsoft and Apple this week. And see if we do get that early pullback into the S&P. But if you like this video, I'm going to try to make a little bit of an update in the middle of the week and see how some of the plays that we're looking at here did play out. Watching Nvidia to the long side, don't forget this can easily see 235 fairly quickly. Nvidia is a strong stock. RSI is screaming a little bit. It's starting to become a bit overbought here. So keep your eye out on Nvidia. And everybody have a great week. Try to follow your rules. I believe every trader should have a rule set and be very disciplined. So have a great week, everybody, and take care. See you on the next video. Nicky Nick out.